My name is Chris and I'm here to help you with your store sell more online and create a better customer experience. Today I want to clear up something that is often confused, and I'm going to be referring to my notes here because I've been keeping track of this as best as I can. Too often we find that people mix up what their sales channels actually are. And that means that where the sales are coming from is not clear. We want to be able to understand what parts of our store are performing, what sales channels are performing, and that way we know what's profitable, what's working well, what's growing, and where we should double down. So I want to clear up one of the most confusing places that we hear, which is what is the difference between affiliates, influencers, and referrals? Yes, if you look in your Google Analytics dashboard, technically all of those traffic and people and customers who come to your site are all going to be considered referral traffic. So I completely understand why it's confused. As well, I'm going to be referencing that affiliates and influencers are referring you sales throughout the video, which makes it even more confusing. So let's first clear up the referral part of it. The referrals that we're talking about in e-commerce land when it comes to this are customer referrals. These customer referrals are typically ones that you do after a successful purchase, and you ask people to recommend your product or share their experience with their friends to generate more sales. And typically you're going to be rewarding these people with a coupon code or a free product or a discount, something that's tied to your product, your inventory, and getting them to purchase more. So this is the one that's easiest to get out of the way because that's the consumer side of things. So activating your customers to refer more customers is fantastic. In fact, that's one of the ways that many brands have grown very quickly out of the gate because they have excellent word of mouth, and this is exactly how it happens. Now, the other two, looking at influencers and looking at affiliates are actually a business model. And these people are actually out there trying to be incentivized to sell products like yours, which is great. Next, let's talk about an influencer. An individual who has built an audience, more specifically who has authority within a specific area. So this is very similar to when you have on TV, you've got a professional athlete who's giving an endorsement. They're in an influential place that influences sales activity. And so your goal as the brand is to get them to speak favorably about the product. These people, typically, they're still just people. So don't underestimate that. Don't feel like they're out of reach. Get in touch with them one-to-one and see what works. Some will be working just with products that they enjoy already. They like to test products and review products, and that's really all the compensation that they need. Monetizing this channel, however, on the other hand, can get extremely expensive when you're paying for specific views, posts, or videos. Those sponsorships can be very expensive. However, because it's a fixed fee, you could actually get a really great return. And this is where you start seeing some products that you start feeling like they're everywhere and everyone's talking about them and they're being reviewed. You see them on social. That influencer marketing can actually be really powerful. So one of the things to keep in mind here is if you have a very specific product, if you function within a really, really small niche, it might actually be easier for you to find influencers and find them on a budget, because we know that a smaller audience for these influencers that's, usually between 1,000 and 5,000 is much more closely associated with each other. And so this means that if you have this influencer who's going to be promoting your product, they've got a smaller audience, they're going to be charging less because there's less impressions that are there. But you also know that it's more likely that all of their following is going to be interested in your product if the influencer is interested in the product. Once you start getting into these much larger audiences, it's harder to think that you're going to have a lot more customers as a percentage of that audience. Once someone gets over to 10,000, 20,000, even 100,000 or a million, it's going to start getting more scattered in terms of the demographic profile, and it's harder to specifically target. If you're selling a product that's, a breakfast cereal that's great for everyone, you're good, you're in great shape. Or if you have amazing makeup and you find that the influencer's audience is 60, 70, 80% women, you're in great shape. Now, the problem though, is that if you're trying to market a niche product to an audience that has 1 million followers, you may actually only have 20 or 30,000 people that are interested. And so you're probably going to get a better bang for your buck looking at an audience that is 20 or 30,000. Instagram is the place that made this famous, being an influencer. However, they are everywhere. There's influential Facebook groups, there's influential TikTok and Snapchat and YouTubers, and across the board, people have an audience. Even being able to have a Pinterest account that does extremely well, you're able to leverage the influence that those channels have. And so I would really encourage you to look into it. Don't dive right in. Figure out if there's a foot that you can get in the door. If there is a great fit for your product, and most likely it's because your competitors are doing it, or there's other products that you know your customers are buying that are using influencer marketing as well. There are some other reasons to be using influencer marketing. The main being advertising guidelines have less restrictions for content that is posted. So in certain spaces, particularly health, wellness, with marijuana and CBD, these are things that can't be advertised. So if you're trying to be advertising a new supplement or something that's designed to give you health benefits, it's probably going to be flagged by Facebook and Instagram and Google. And so a lot of these people ended up going to influencers because they didn't have another option. And so that's actually how the health and fitness genre grew so fast on Instagram with fitness models, because there were so many brand dollars that went into sponsoring them. Lastly, this is one of my favorite channels, and it is completely underutilized as far as the general public sees it, because you're probably not aware that affiliate marketing is as big as it is until you start seeing the disclaimer that's out there. Affiliate marketing is regulated, and so you have to have a disclaimer on any of the content that you're referring product to. And the most common one that you'll see is something along the lines of, if you click a link below and make a purchase, I may make a small commission. And this is what you have to be able to disclose. You have to disclose that there's an action that the customer is not forced to take, that they can choose to take, and that there's compensation that will be given if there's a successful purchase. Now, this is something that you may or may not see. I mean, majority of your fashion bloggers, as well as a lot of the different tech reviews, you're gonna see that. And a lot of the YouTubers that list their gear below, that go to Amazon, those are affiliate links as well, but they're all disclosed because they have to be. Now, the reason that I bring up affiliates as a big opportunity is because it's a real interesting win-win. The commission is paid when a successful sale is made. So the affiliate is incentivized to make better content that's going to lead to a purchase. On the other hand, the store doesn't have to have as much money up front in order to incentivize the marketing. The percentage for a completed sale is something that's going to be incentive enough, and it allows you guys to scale together. So the terms and conditions of how long the cookie is available for, how much the commission is going to be, first purchases only, second purchases, repeat customers, all of these details you can handle within the affiliate app themselves. But yes, you are paying these people a bounty when you have a successful sale. I'd really encourage that you look into it, because this is a big opportunity that doesn't force you to have cash out of pocket immediately. And it's actually a really big channel that is in most spaces. However, in different spaces, they can be extremely different in terms of what the expectations are. For example, in the travel industry, I've seen as short as a 5-minute cookie, meaning an affiliate sending a link to Expedia or hotels.com. If that transaction isn't initiated within 5 minutes, the cookie is gone and the affiliate won't earn any commission off of the sale if that person leaves the site and doesn't come back. On the other hand, I've seen everything as long as a 365-day cookie for a larger purchase. I believe when I saw that one, it was for an appliance company. And so they know that there's going to be a due diligence period and that they still want to have that person rewarded. So there's a big opportunity here as a brand and an e-commerce company to be able to say, we want to build our affiliate channel. It's actually a really great help for building your brand awareness as well, having many different websites that are reviewing your product and being able to send you traffic. It's a nice little boost. And it's something that can be a very reliable channel because you don't have any minimums or caps on your campaign. So unlike the influencer channel where you're making a purchase essentially for 2 or 3 posts, Once those are done, you've got to re-up with more dollars instead of having the affiliate say, you know what, I am going to make a new review. Or being able to say, oh, you've got more products, let's talk about those too. And so this is a channel that you should be utilizing more. So to summarize easily and quickly, influencers are people who have an authority over an audience that can influence sales. And you take advantage of their audience by paying them to create content. You're paying for that content per piece that is created. Your affiliates are typically blogs, websites, and YouTubers and others who are creating reviews and incentivizing people to click through and purchase where they receive a commission. And so you're paying for each time there's a successful sale that comes through the affiliate channel. And third are customer referrals, where you're trying to get your customers to refer their friends and family, and in return, instead of paying them in cash, you're paying them with products, points, discounts, or some other draw or things that you're doing. To get started, I would say look into what your competitors are doing, see if you start noticing these things, pay attention to where you see them popping up on different platforms, and start looking at the different platforms that are included. For affiliate marketing, I would start looking at Commission Junction and Share a Sale and some of the apps that are in the Shopify App Store. For referrals, you can start looking at Referral Candy. And when it comes to influencers, start finding the right fit for you. All right, that's it for today's video. Hopefully this makes some clarity on how your referral channels can work. And until the next video, go out there and sell some more with your store.